Oke teman-teman, hari ini kita akan jadi tidak akan mati. Intinya kita lawan dulu, urusan mati mah belakangan. Itu sih prinsipku. 47 untuk
Semoga dipermudahkan.
Aduh, 47 levelnya, astaga naga. Nah, bodo amat lah, itu ntar aja belakang. Kita cek dulu kalau misalnya apa namanya bisa. Ya udah, bismillah.
Tenang, awalnya ada cutscene dulu.
Memang.
Atau langsung gue tuh nggak tahu, lupa gue.
Cutscene dulu.
Udah
Aku
lupa.
udah lihat spoiler soalnya.
So this is the golden hand.
It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on
Mora di mana-mana.
Lawak banget Paimon. Paimon liatnya Mora doang, Bang.
Pantesan ATM berjalan.
Since we're all up to that Mora's
ATM
rented, right?
berjalan.
In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora go missing. Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky. Good thing Paimon's got you here.
Halow si Paimon.
But even if we can't take any, we can, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora. It's like a dream come true.
Malah lawak banget.
Oh, right. Back to it's quiet. Too quiet. Surely someone's gotta be guarding something as important as the Exuvia. Huh? Look! What happened here?
Bacot kok Paimon.
Trouble.
Tenang, aku bakal ikutan
We have
gelut.
to go make sure that the Exuvia is all right.
Temenin aja sih, aku takut sih. Aku takut mati.
Loh, nggak apa-apa kan bisa ngulang.
Tidak bisa
Di sini kita belajar untuk
mengulang.
menguli. Menguli, bukan.
Sedia payung sebelum hujan itu penting, kawan.
Dah. Orang belum
Halo,
mulai
siapa
aja.
itu? Halo, Reston.
Iya, gue matiin dulu.
Tuh kan, bener kan?
Biar
So
nggak
why
ngelag.
do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Bacot kau, chill deh. Lawak banget.
Ini
Who's there?
pakai nanya.
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be
Cai
entitled to a generous
Heo.
reward from the
Emang
Tsaritsa
orang Vietnam
herself.
bangsat memang.
Halo Abang Fatu yang mukanya dijadiin meme.
Apa itu? Seperti apa jadi meme?
Chill deh.
Oh, deh.
Yang
Mukanya
digedein
di-zoom in.
jidatnya anjir.
Ya.
Now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way.
Aku nunggu Dani mulai biar aku langsung
Although I'm
mulai.
deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find this secret location, don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted? Stopping the Mora mints, hiding away the Exuvia. The Chising are really pulling out all the stuff.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
Waduh.
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of
11.
the Tsaritsa fulfilled.
11
She
11 ya.
will get that which she
Terus
desires.
si Skaramus 12 nggak tahu, lupa gue.
I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do
Siapa
to
yang
stop me anyway.
bentar lagi. Jadi kalau teriak hilang. Aduh, capek gue. Ayo Dan.
The time for
Semangat.
discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up
Ada
to me,
staff? Nggak
I would
ada.
have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing
Dikerjain
to
aja
do as the
terus
Tsaritsa deems
sampai
fit.
mampus.
Either way, we now come to
Ayo
my
bentar Dan.
favorite part.
Sabar Dan.
A simple pleasure, and one that I am oh so delighted to be sharing
Yaudah, ke
with
toilet
you.
dulu deh.
Lawak. Tolong.
Toilet dulu, biarin.
Curang banget anjing.
Ayo nih, lanjut nih.
Aduh.
The battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
Oh, dapat lawan. Aku
You
yang
can
nggak
say
mau dapat
that.
lawan malah.
Loh, kenapa?
Soalnya aku mau nyari Vocalors.
When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene once her mission was accomplished. Instead
Kalau
of confronting
Kirara
you directly,
lebih
she
mending
chose to rely on
physical
the snow
damage
and ice to make her
atau
escape. She wouldn't
butuh
want the
ininya,
knights to come running towards
apa,
the sound of
shieldnya?
battle now, would she? When she
Kirara.
faces a worthy
Hmm.
opponent, she will
Shield kalau
prioritize her
kata
mission,
Bonsi.
weigh the outcomes,
Oke,
and consider
berarti
the
butuh defense
consequences
ya?
of her actions. But as for
Oke.
me, the greatest pleasure of being a
Aduh,
harbinger
lama
lies in
banget
crossing
sumpah.
blades
Banyak
with
mau ngomong
strong.
ngucil tuh, Bak.
Don't let what happened in my town ever happen again.
Anjay. Apa Imon, Dani.
Gila, Paimon. Alah, yang lawan juga tetap
Oh, so
traveler
you
bukan
intend to
lu,
fight
Paimon.
me? Good. I won't kill you,
Yang
traveler.
gelut
I'll just
juga
play along.
traveler bukan
To feel
Paimon.
the Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway. Because if you
Capek
ask
ngurusin
me,
player cheater
without
roster
that,
masuk.
what else is
Not
there?
bad. Oh.
Genshin ada event nggak sih?
Fighting talk, I love
Genshin
it.
masih ada event nggak?
Now
Yang baru
let's
kayak?
see you live up to it.
Yang
Nih guys,
petualangan berbahaya.
ayo aku harus
Oh,
siapin
iya, iya,
tangan,
iya, iya.
siapin.
Bentar. Aku baru mulai. Ah, loading. Nah, aku loading. Bentar.
Ya sampai mendem suaranya.
This chance is
Bentar,
hard to
aku
come
loading.
by.
Aku
So show me
bentar.
all you've got. So
Ya
very
ampun,
few ever
Dani
get the
udah
chance to
mulai.
square off with the Fatui Harbinger. So come
Lah,
on,
ih
amuse me,
nyebelin.
and don't you dare disappoint.
Ih nyebelin Dani. Udah gelut duluan. Oke, siap Dani.
Cool it. Freeze. You've made some progress.
Oh, pos sih mas, pindah-pindah mulu kowe.
Tahu. Elar else.
Push your luck.
Astaga. Ini kamu kabur.
Gila. Ya, si paling chill dia, coy.
I must leave no stone.
Hey, you don't want to do this.
Oh.
Guess I should take you more seriously. Good. No wonder Senora was so wary of you.
Wow.
That just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a harbinger.
Gua ada cutscene-nya. Ya ampun.
Memang ada cutscene-nya, cuman memang nggak banyak-banyak.
Freeze.
Nah, gua udah ke lantai bawah. Sorry. Gua udah duluan.
Wah, udah duluan. Oke, jangan distract ya.
Oke.
Mau fokus aku. Aduh, bang, santai bang.
Ayo. Lock demonnya.
Apa Imon teriaknya tidak realistis? Mending yang di Sumeru guys sama Inazuma.
Steady as stone.
You've got some skills. Cool it.
Wey, men.
Halo kamu. Long time no see ya. Baru inget. Ya ampun.
I'll catch up.
Udah kena.
Woi, ayolah.
Weh, toxic lah.
You've got some skills.
Nggak kena. Baru inget.
Yang terakhir.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get.
Oke, tinggal lihat Dani guys.
Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia.
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected. Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now.
Nggak ada. Lawak
I
banget anjing.
see.
I
Well, this is
see.
most
Dia minta
unexpected.
ampun.
You beat me to it, didn't you?
Hati-hati Dani, bentar lagi kage Bunshin ya. Salah,
Oh,
Sweeping.
berubah. Gila, jadi Kamen Rider.
uh,
Nge-switch item dengan ini. Plastik.
Ah, tidak realistis, Paimon.
Emonnya lucu.
Lawak banget.
Dijeletkan
Lantai dasar.
Tidak. Lantai bawah sih.
Oh,
Hati-hati, dia lagi serangan itu ngindar aja dulu.
oke.
Kan?
Bawa juga kagak, lu gak jelas lu.
Take it?
Stamina. Oke.
Ya ampun, dapet Yanfei gue, lawak banget.
I'll catch up.
Ya, Yanfei lumayan sih.
Ini belum ya? Belum ya?
Belum.
Masih ngindar dulu ya?
Ya soalnya dia masih nyerang. Tapi kalau misalkan pengen nyerang, hati-hati. Masalahnya Ember Bu bukan seperti Yoimiya yang kalau dia masih bisa nyerang api. Terus nge-spam klik, tinggal normal attack. Seranglah itu.
Steady as stone. As a
Oh, yeah.
dutiful maid would.
Ayah,
This moment will be frozen in time.
bagus.
Dodge this. Get moving.
Mana orang yang hilang
Hilang
anjir?
dia. Awas, ikan paus.
Kok bisa gitu,
Boneka.
Bang? Kok bisa gitu, Bang?
Perpaduan.
Wah, apa ini?
Ah, ya di situ aja. Nah, bagus. Jangan sampai di dalam lingkarannya.
Naon sih ya?
Awas kan. Nah, oke, bagus di shield. Nice.
Cool it. Cyclone. Dodge this.
Kaget gue.
No one escapes my sights. Get it.
Oh, on escape. Bye.
Bring it on.
Push.
Leave it all to me.
Freeze.
Woi, stop. Oke. Heal dulu.
Nggak ngeliat
Heal
ya.
dulu.
Ah,
DPS
satu
gua
aja,
mati, mampus nih.
Cool it.
Awas. Ah, shield. Nice. Ah, dia pakai
I'll catch up.
ganti.
Freeze.
Ember Awas.
Ah,
Aus.
Cool it. Fracture.
Emang lawak
I must leave no
penyerangannya.
stone unturned.
Freeze. Get moving. Bring it on.
Loh.
dah. Clear.
Look! Child's back to normal again.
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you.
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Senora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eye, but if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me sad. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend.
Nih, Serak ini nggak
Even if
minum
our friendship can only
bodrek
be
dulu
shown
ya.
in battle against one another.
Capek dia, capek gue.
Gitu ya.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Memang.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of...
What?
Iya.
So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that
Mereka
the
tidak
guardian
tahu
deity of
kalau
the capital
itunya,
of
ya.
commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away in the process. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself with the weak. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone forest.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the GR Archon in the Archon War, and who, if such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the protection of its deity, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission! Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more intriguing.
Apa ini? Oke guys, angin puting beliung badai ribut,
Oh iya.
Ada apa lagi?
tsunami.
Ini yang di atas dia chamber ya. Haha. Selamat menguli Dani.
Ah,
Semoga dipermudahkan. Bismillah bisa. Nggak tahu sih.
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Ah, bacot kamu. Udah kesel banget gue.
He's already gone. That guy is fast.
Paling cepet. Dia mengalihkan perhatian. Ih, lawak banget kamu. Wah.
The fuck?
Tenang, cutscene, masih cutscene. Aman.
Paimon's exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the overlord of the vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Liyue yet, has it?
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising.
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you play? Just seeing this.
Yang ngomong
overlord
cuman
of the
Paimon
vortex
aja.
guy with the pain in Paimon's tummy. Even
Bacot kau Paimon.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seemed, which is why we must
Aching.
stop that monster before it gets any.
so the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? So will the
Si
power of
Audi
the
aja.
Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is not necessarily.
What? But all of you were supposed to be the guardians of Liyue. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wild.
I suppose this is one blessing from. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
Anjay.
Yep.
What?
Keren cok, ini keren, ini keren. Lingkung diam-diam keren coy.
Wih. Sejauh ini yang paling jauh.
Jauh ini yang paling jauh maksudnya
Ya, sejauh ini yang paling jauh.
apanya?
Ya, anunya.
Scene-nya.
Heeh.
Ya emang awal-awal main game sih emang paling keren ini.
The Fatui! They're attacking the Guizhong ballista!
Beliau. Ini lagi setan.
Ya disuruh gelut, semangat. Silakan gelut.
Orang gila, orang gila.
Lah kok orang gila emang disuruh gelut.
are manning the Guizhong ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Oi, mana sih ya? Kehet.
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia.
Sini lo.
Let
Sini.
one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Mana lagi?
Ih, lah apa sih?
Oh, ada lagi. Oh, tiap serangan ada lagi ya, berarti dari situ berarti dari sini satu lagi. Logiknya ya. Oh iya ada.
Gelut lawan ini.
Ah,
Lagi angin lawan angin.
sorry doang, aman.
Oh iya kan dikencengin ya
Mm.
sama mereka.
Kalau beneran real time, aduh, itu musuh paling gue benci sih.
Nggak ada kok. Ini nggak ada. Gelut yang begini nggak ada di apa domain.
Iya,
Di
maksudnya
domain cuman yang shield deh.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to
Yalah.
get hit.
Awas.
oi, dari mana itu anjir?
Ya itu ada lingkaran harusnya.
Oh
Ada
iya.
lingkaran. Nah tuh.
The
tuh.
Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting.
Ya, Bran.
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats
Woi,
will
woi,
answer for this
woi.
afterwards. Every last one.
Bring it on. Freeze.
Ah, ini lagi anjir lah. Woi, tai. Sejauh ini yang paling susah.
There are so many things
Awas.
to do. We can't.
Ah, no, no. Tuh, sabar. Tenang.
Main Genshin kan kalian berdua?
Lebih tepatnya ini sih, story sih.
Sorry.
Allahu Akbar kabiro.
Adeptal energy. That light from your body. It's like the time in Julian Karst. Wow, it's Madam Ping's shockwave. This granny's really strong.
Ah. Ada penting.
Astagfirullahaladzim.
Bring it on. Cyclone.
Alasan bahwa kaya tuh begitu. Nice.
Fracture. Dodge this.
Tinggal 10 menit. Ya.
Don't get frostbite. Freeze.
Nice.
Confess.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganya's like in a fight.
Woi, on eta.
Ya. Oh enggak itu,
My name
dewanya
means
nyerang
swiftness.
lagi.
Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast.
Larinya jadi cepet.
Oh, unlimited coy.
Iya.
Ah.
Dikasih kekuatan sama Xiao, dikasih kekuatan ya. Jadi bisa enggak
Tebel dah,
apa
apa yang tebel dah.
ngindarnya lebih cepet.
What's the hurry?
Nice. Nyerang lagi. Nah.
You are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal
Okay.
energy at once.
Sejauh ini paling
This will
paling
hurt a little.
oke.
Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Aduh,
Si cewek dengan nyamuknya. Tenang, aman. Kalau dia mati, nyamuk ikut mati. Aman.
Hah? Ada nyamuk sejak kapan?
Anjing langsung mati.
Alright, no one escapes my sight.
ngapain sih ha? Ngapain ha?
Gila, Dani terlihat sangat GG gaming sekali. Gara-gara dipinjemin kekuatan.
Sebenarnya bukan GG, aku malah lebih panik sih.
Kenapa?
Ya lo harus siap, harus tangan tuh harus lihai.
I fear that the
Ya,
god's
emang.
power has reached its
Kalau
limit.
kangen lu ke aku, ya mampus aja.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Udah.
Lagi, oh ini.
Fracture. Cyclone.
Nice. Satu lagi. Nggak tahu sih.
Freeze.
Leave it all to me. Time to clean up.
Aduh. Mentok.
Don't get frostbite. Bring it on.
Mana anjir? Oh ini.
Can't fool me.
Let it rain.
Cyclone.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning.
Fight on, comrades. Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
Nice. Nice. Atin. Gila, anak gue. Kucing.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
Sudah.
Wih.
Apakah sudah selesai?
Sepertinya belum.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Hujan.
Oh.
Hujan yang lebih parah daripada hujan. Kan air goblok. Shooting star sekali. Bukan shooting star. Aman. Gila, keren coy. Abang Xiao, terima kasih Abang Xiao.
Be careful now.
Oh, ini lagi rame
Enggak ada sasaran.
scene-nya.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have
another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
Yeay. Tiba-tiba minta tolong Dani.
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Yo.
No, ditimpa, digeprek. No.
Digeprek sama Jade Chamber anjir.
At least gak ada kerusakan lah ya. Banjir dikit gak ngaruh.
Udah nggak ada coy.
Is it finally over?
The
Alah,
ominous
ntar
aura of
pas
that
bikin Jade
monster
Chamber
has
baru
indeed
ada lagi
begun
gue.
to fade. The effects of the sigil of permission last but a short time.
Ngorbanin
It will be some time
chamber
before the
iconic.
Lord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here,
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud
Madam
Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Anjir, diceramahin.
well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today.
Masih berakhir dalam 2
But
menit. Nah,
please forgive us.
Oh,
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new
Forebears, you say?
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I have come to extend my thanks. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces, although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and take thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please, come visit us for the next lantern rite!
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being in it.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection, but it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror of Demons.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough. Away we shall.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing. Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. So, oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon? Hyman doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptiless rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangshen Funeral Park...
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to North...
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time... We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
Ya sudah.
You call this cooperation between harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your...
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And...
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city... Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements. And our last battle at the Golden House was so it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map.
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against... Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you?
Kerusuhan kecil gundulmu atos. Tadi sampai mau tenggelam anjir.
Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but the real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually,
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the... No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but why did...
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract, for it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you and splat! This...
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together.
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I all... But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the That's right. Which is why I continue.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course. And it would have been all too just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, Child. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for joining me on this journey, traveler. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There was only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me, and it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me?
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade.
Realistically speaking.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. My agreement with the Cryo Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo Archon. My contract to... As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journey.
Hear ye all! The Qixing's words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is gods and Adepti live glorious lives, But both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Qixing's announcement said. So that's how something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to mention how this excuse... Could the Qixing already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But Zhongli... Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Ooh. Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are there...
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous, but blinded by our prosperity.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build a new age of prosperity?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the...
so young.
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotion, and here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a meal.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout.
You're right. I do lack the Mora.
But why would Morax lack...
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, when I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So I had to rehearse a little for my...
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society who lives off of other people's credit.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge, memories, and foresight. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli, no matter how many times he descended to be with his people. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of Liyue with you. That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No meetings without part.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. Yes, the nation has been closed by order of its deity, the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in Inazuma.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
Uh-huh. That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of the statue of the omnipresent god.
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they...
Whoa, that's hard.
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal realm. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods. And of these, eternity is nearest unto the heavenly principles. All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know? Ah, that was a good one. Failing a divine trial. How they came up with that excuse. That said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit was indeed because they received news in secret that Rex Lapis was not dead. I hinted as much to the Adepti as well. How did I accomplish that, you ask? Have you ever heard of this particularly convenient Adepti art known as gifting dreams and visions? All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know?
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement, we listened to a lot of people talking on the way. Most of them put the blame for everything on Child.
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the Adepti and the Qixing from defeating the ancient god. I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have shifted all the blame to him and called for his dismissal by now. All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know? The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then Kuching is absolutely right in saying this. Now, though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, believing this to be a good thing, and thought as a matter of course that she must have been behind the Qixing's plan to take governing power over Liyue, could the original person who brought up the idea of seizing power have been... All right then. Was there anything else you wished?
That's right. Zhongli, now that you don't have your gnosis, what's going to happen to all the Mora in Teyvat? Since Morax is dead, Are they all just gonna disappear? Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire continent? Will it
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operations for a lengthy period of time, since creating Mora requires the use of the Geo-Archon's power.
This is terrible! We're all about to run out of Mora! The world is coming to an end!
Yes, this is indeed a major issue from a financial standpoint. Well, I suppose we'll just leave such
Then, did you at least set some private funds aside for yourself?
Oh, a private fund. It's a
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation. Have